Hey folks, this is Waylon Lewis of Elephant Journal, and I wanted to do a quick video comment on Colin Kaepernick because I haven't really, we've covered this on Elephant, everyone's covered this ad nauseum, but I don't want to do a video about kind of the hype around this. I want to do a video around fundamental values. And so today on Elephant, on Waylon Lewis Instagram, Instagram.com/Waylon Lewis, I posted something about our rights and what people who are so angry with Colin Kaepernick about disrespecting our flag, quote unquote, don't seem to get is what makes America so special, which is that we're a democracy. And our First Amendment is the right to protest or dissent, the freedom of speech. Literally, if you like to say freedom, liberty, this is our first liberty, to be able to complain. Mussolini wouldn't allow us to complain. Hitler wouldn't allow us to complain. Dictators don't like complaining. We have the right to complain. We have the right to say whatever we want. You know why? Because we are equal to the president. We are equal to the Supreme Court justices. We are equal. All men and women are created equal. And that's enshrined in our Constitution, in our Bill of Rights. So maybe we all know that, but it's insane to me that people on my Instagram.com/Waylon Lewis, so many of my fans and friends, people I know, were saying, he's an awful person, he's disrespecting the flag. Our flag literally is the symbol of our rights. So, and this, you know, liberals get this wrong too. Our flag is not an evil symbol. A lot of evil and prejudice has been done under our flag, but the flag is a symbol for all of us, of our fundamental rights in the US. So you can love the flag, you can hate the flag, but the flag is a symbol of what we aspire to. So I'm a liberal and I'm a patriot, but I'm not a rah-rah patriot. I'm not a nationalist patriot. I'm a patriot who believes in dissent, who believes in our rights enshrined as a democracy to criticize President Trump, President Obama, President Bush, President Clinton, President Bush, President Reagan. We can criticize whoever we want. That is America. That is America. Colin Kaepernick is standing up for America, or, as the case may be, kneeling down for America. Nothing is more American than calling power out on their bullshit, whether we're right or wrong. We have a right to be right. We have a right to be wrong. We don't have a right to our own facts. And that's an important thing. We all need to remember that facts are more important than our opinions, and we need to keep these big old ears open. Otherwise, our ears will atrophy and we'll become closed-minded jerks. And that's unfortunately what too many of us are on social media these days. So, number one, nothing is more American than the right to dissent. And that is not a liberal opinion. If President Obama's in office, you damn well want your right to dissent on President Obama. And President Obama has this great quote that said, "I may not agree with what you have to say, but I will protect your right to say it." Something like that. If anyone remembers the exact quote, please put it in the comments. So that's it. It's about that simple. If you love America and you get America, which are often two different things. If you love America and you get America, you have to love our right to dissent, our right to complain. And criticism is not being a jerk. Criticism is not being a troll. Criticism is a dignified, beautiful act of patriotism. I think Howard Zinn said something like this. Anyone a Howard Zinn fan out there? Dissent is our highest form of patriotism. So patriotism is not wearing a flag all over and waving a flag made in China out of plastic. Patriotism is loving our ideals and reaching for them continually, no matter what happens, what tragedies happen, what evil prejudice continues to happen. We strive for those ideals. So I think that's about it. The only other point I wanted to make is how those who are criticizing Colin Kaepernick are also correct. You are allowed to criticize him. I'm not here to tell you that you can't criticize him. You can criticize him all day long. Literally, when you criticize Colin Kaepernick, you're doing exactly what you're criticizing him for doing. You're expressing dissent and disagreement in an enlightened democracy or an unenlightened democracy. So I hope this video is working all right, and I'm happy to answer any questions. But remember, criticizing Colin Kaepernick for criticizing America is mind-blowingly hypocritical if you're saying he doesn't have the right to to disagree, right? So you have the right to criticize him, and I will support you to the end of time. I don't support or criticize his right to criticize. I support or criticize what he is saying, because there is no part of me that wants to take away his right to dissent. We can all have to agree with his right to dissent if you're if you're into democracy. So his right to dissent is here. What he is saying, you can disagree about all day long. Does that make sense? All right. Susan, serve our country and then you can bend a knee. Well, many, many, many veterans have said that he is expressing what they are fighting for. So you can kind of get off your macho high horse, frankly. Disrespecting the flag is the symbol of our rights. So he is not disrespecting the flag. He is literally doing what our flag is about, which is our rights. If you think I'm disrespectful for disagreeing with you or you disagreeing with me, then you're just in your little, frankly, you're acting like, what would be a term for it? Like a sensitive snowflake. Just came up with that. All right. We can be respectful about this. Sorry, not sorry. I am sorry to disagree with you, but that's fine. We can disagree. Your disagreement is your right, Susan, under a democracy, not a dictatorship. Gayla, that's a common criticism that says he is on the job. So you're saying people on the job lose their rights to dissent. No, he has the right to dissent, and his bosses have the right to not employ him. That's how it is. Do you think Jackie Robinson shouldn't have, expressed himself while in uniform? That's crazy. All right. Linda, you should be able to use your place of employment. Once you enter your place of employment, you don't lose your rights. You don't lose your rights to express your political views. You may sacrifice your employment if they don't agree with it, and that's the right of your employer. Linda, I think you would disagree. If you are an African-American man, a young African-American man, and you're in the NFL, you're probably going to want to use that platform to express and highlight what your brothers and sisters are going through. So, Sharon, I don't totally understand what you're saying. Oh my fucking God, your race, what is the American race? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say American race, but, we're all in this together. Yes, exactly, Joey Brown, exactly. I was raised to respect the flag, and respecting the flag, you can't wear the flag. You can't even have the flag up on a pole after dark unless it's lit properly. You can't have a huge flag disproportionate to the flagpole. There's a lot of ways to disrespect or respect the flag that are actually codified. Alrighty, any others? Anyone have a constructive comment? We can relax and we can discuss these things as Americans. We can disagree agreeably. Yeah, Lindsay, amen. You all have a right, as Lindsay says, to an informed opinion. Informed being the operative word. We all have the rights to uninformed opinions even, but we have to realize that being informed is our duty as in a democracy because we're running this country. We have put President Trump at the helm. We are in charge of hiring, basically, for this country. So we need to be informed and know that our opinions should be secondary to facts, whatever side we're on. Joey Brown, I took a knee during the anthem recently at my alma mater university's football game, and it felt great. I'm white, was surrounded by mostly whites, and had folks unfriend me over it. Yeah, we're in such a sensitive culture. It's funny that conservatives love to call liberals snowflakes, and then all these people are unfriending you because you decided to express yourself. I went to a high school in Vermont, a conservative high school, not really politically conservative, but an old school kind of conservative school, uniforms, a whole bit. And we were encouraged to know our rights as Americans there. We were encouraged to sit down during the daily Pledge of Allegiance if we didn't want to stand. We were encouraged to not say under God, because there's no constitutional mandate that we say under God. We respect all religions in America and all non-religions in America. That is American. And if you think it's un-American for Colin Kaepernick to express himself, then frankly, that says more about your understanding of America than Colin's. Okay, any other? Linda, yeah, I don't really understand. We don't use our jobs to express our political views. I'm doing my job right now, and I'm not really expressing a political view so much as I've read the Constitution. I mean, have you? We have rights in this country. I'm an adult. You're an adult. Maybe there's some children around. We all have rights. And the First Amendment is the right to dissent, to say whatever we want, as long as it doesn't hurt others. Alrighty. So let's all relax maybe. Like if you're feeling angry right now, just take a big, have yourself a glass of Macallan. This video is brought to you by Macallan. Not really. But really, just take a deep breath. Well, so that's a great idea, Laura. What does everyone watching this? There's a ton of people watching this right now. Respect. What is something you respect? I respect that Donald Trump is our president. A lot of people say not our president. I don't like Trump. I didn't vote for Trump, but I will call him President Trump because I respect the office of the presidency. I respect the vote, even though this vote was a little questionable in various ways. I respect the right of the people to decide. And therefore, I want to protect the sanctity of the vote. I don't want too much money involved in the vote. I don't want the Russians or any foreign power involved in the vote. But I respect the vote. And so while I respect that he is President Trump, I don't call him all these insults. I don't think that's respectful. I also respect my right and duty to disagree with him constantly, which I often do. All right. But Barbara, we can all be united in understanding what we love about America, which is our rights. That is what is special about America. What's special about America is not that we're in this physical place. We have a beautiful land, but many other people have beautiful lands. What's special about America is that we have enshrined rights, equality. And while we don't always live up to those rights, needless to say, we can continue to strive to bend the arc toward justice, as so many great people have said. Yeah, Rachel, exactly. We should be more afraid of forced patriotism than taking a knee. Forced patriotism is not democratic. All righty. Well, I think we've all had a good little discussion here. Lauren, I'm a military widow and I stand behind the right to kneel. It's the First Amendment and it's part of what my husband fought for. Well, first of all, respect and love to you and to your husband and to all those who serve, who make the ultimate sacrifice. And, you know, if you're all being rah-rah about President Trump, he avoided the draft, what, 6 times, right? He's insulted veterans how many times? I mean, we don't need to get too partisan here, but, you know, a lot of people like to use this people's patriotism for their own ends, not out of love for the country. Yeah, amen to Joey Brown. And amen to, and respect and love to Lauren and your husband. You're a military widow. Lauren, I would love to invite you. Please, please, please do me a huge favor and write an article. Please, I would love this because you're the kind of person who can bring everyone together. It's a powerful, powerful, powerful role that you do and can play. elephantjournal.com/submit. And we can share things that can help bring people together, be truly united, instead of just this sort of partisan political rancor. Joey, I think his idea to kneel is brilliant. Tons of national TV coverage started important dialogue. Right, we're all having a good dialogue. What does respect for democracy mean? It's like saying Rosa Parks stayed seated to protest public transport. Joey, you're on it. Please write. Please, someone put, I'll do it myself. Joey. So I just typed elephantjournal.com/submit. It's literally click, boom. Lindsay, I respect the office, but not the man holding it currently. Amen. Exactly. You can disagree with the man, but we need to be respectful even of the man. You can criticize him to all end, but we don't want a culture of aggression or fear in this country. Jubes, thank you. My pragmatism is a must-have needed. Thank you. Amen, Sharon. All right. Oh, it looks like you deleted your comment, but amen. All right, folks. Big love to all of you, and I just wanted to weigh in since so many people were angry. This one guy commented like 20 different times, or woman. I think I actually blocked him because they were being so crazy on my account. Instagram.com/Waylon Lewis if you want to see what I posted about. No worries if you don't. And what Andrew, you just said, I respect the man even when I dislike him. That could go for Colin Kaepernick, and that can go for Donald Trump. We can afford to disagree with people agreeably. All right. Thank you, folks. Well, the link, Joey, I gave you, and hopefully to Lauren, the military widow who made that beautiful comment, is a link to just write an article. So please share your views. If you love Trump, if you love Colin, if you hate or disrespect or disagree with Colin, disagree, I'm sorry, it's been a long day. Donald, President Trump, please write. We can have constructive dialogue. We as Americans need to relearn how to have constructive disagreements. All right, folks. Thank you so much. And Perry, daughter of an immigrant, totally agree about America and what it means. Yeah, it's so funny that immigrants who, are forced to study what America is all about to get to be naturalized, to get your citizenship. Often it's almost like, when you study a foreign language, in some ways you're better at speaking it than native language speakers. Perry, you probably understand America better than half of us Native Americans, native-born Americans. All right, respect to Native Americans and all Americans and everyone in the world who respects the right to disagree agreeably.